Remember the good old days? When swapping your phone's battery was as easy as popping off the back cover? A simple click, and the old battery was out. No cables, no waiting, just instant power. A fresh battery meant a fresh start, extending your phone's life in seconds. It was convenient, practical, and incredibly user-friendly. Today, every flagship phone is sealed shut, a sleek, seamless design that prioritizes form over function in some ways. The battery locked away from users, requiring specialized tools and expertise to even access. The era of user-replaceable batteries seems like a distant memory. This didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual shift, a slow evolution driven by changing consumer demands and technological advancements. Manufacturers gradually shifted to sealed designs, streamlining the production process and allowing for more compact internal components, fundamentally changing how we use and maintain our devices. What was once a simple battery swap now requires a trip to a repair shop, or even a complete phone replacement. Why did the industry abandon such a practical feature? What were the driving forces behind this seemingly counterintuitive decision? The answer is a mix of design ambitions, a desire to create sleeker, more aesthetically pleasing devices that push the boundaries of industrial design. New tech priorities like larger screens, more powerful processors, and advanced camera systems, all vying for space within the limited confines of a smartphone. And business strategy, with manufacturers seeking to control the repair ecosystem and encourage more frequent upgrades. As phones evolved, so did our expectations. We demanded more from our devices, pushing manufacturers to innovate in new and exciting ways. Thinner bodies, a constant pursuit of slimmer profiles that fit comfortably in our pockets and hands. Premium materials, the allure of glass and metal replacing plastic, creating a more luxurious and refined feel. And water resistance became must-haves, protecting our valuable devices from accidental spills and splashes. Plastic snap-on backs gave way to sleek glass and metal, a design choice that enhanced aesthetics, but sacrificed practicality. And the convenience of a swappable battery was sacrificed, a casualty of the relentless pursuit of thinner, more visually appealing designs. For a more seamless device, a unibody construction that felt more premium and robust but ultimately limited user accessibility. This marked a turning point, a fundamental shift in how we interact with our phones and how manufacturers design them. Phones became integrated appliances, not modular tools, a sealed ecosystem where users have limited control over their device's internal components. We gained durability and aesthetics, a more refined and robust device that could withstand the rigors of daily life, but lost control and longevity, sacrificing the ability to easily extend the lifespan of our devices with a simple battery replacement. Now, we're tethered to chargers instead of carrying spare batteries, a constant reliance on external power sources to keep our devices running. A trade-off that defines the modern smartphone experience, a compromise between convenience, aesthetics, and user control. Let's explore how we got here, tracing the evolution of smartphone design and the factors that led to the disappearance of removable batteries. In the early days of smartphones, a time when innovation was rapidly transforming the mobile landscape, removable batteries were the norm, a standard feature that offered a level of convenience and control that's almost unimaginable today. Power users loved being able to swap a dead battery, a seemingly simple act that held immense value for those who relied heavily on their devices. For a fresh one in seconds, no charger needed. This eliminated the dreaded wait time tethered to a wall, allowing for uninterrupted productivity and entertainment. It was about instant gratification and maximum uptime. Iconic phones like the Samsung Galaxy S5 and LG G5, devices that pushed the boundaries of what a smartphone could be, made this a selling point, proudly advertising the user-replaceable battery as a key advantage over the competition. With modular designs, pushing the boundaries of customization and user control, and easy access to the battery. It was a design philosophy that prioritized user experience and practicality above all else. Even early Androids and the Motorola Droid, pioneers in the smartphone revolution, let you replace batteries yourself, empowering users to take control of their device's longevity and performance, extending your phone's life for years. This simple feature could breathe new life into an aging device, saving users money and reducing electronic waste. A dying battery wasn't a crisis, it didn't mean your day was over. It was a quick, cheap fix, a minor inconvenience rather than a major disruption. This accessibility fostered a sense of ownership and freedom, a feeling of control over your technology. Users could keep their devices running longer, maximizing their investment and minimizing their environmental impact. And on their own terms, without being beholden to repair shops or upgrade cycles dictated by manufacturers. When battery health declined, a natural consequence of usage and time, a $20 replacement and a few minutes, often less than the time it takes to order a pizza, were all it took to restore your phone to its former glory. But as the industry's vision shifted, driven by new priorities and design philosophies, towards sleeker, more integrated devices, prioritizing aesthetics and water resistance over user serviceability, this era of user empowerment was destined to end, fading into memory as a relic of a bygone age. The practical modular phone, with its focus on functionality and user control, was on a collision course with the future, a future that valued form over function and integration over independence. And the future had other plans that prioritized sleek designs and manufacturer control over user freedom and repairability. The first big change, the race for thinner, sleeker and more premium phones. It was a transformation driven by consumer desire and manufacturer innovation, pushing the boundaries of what a mobile device could be. This pursuit of slimness and a high-end feel would ultimately redefine the smartphone landscape. Unibody designs, solid frames of aluminum or glass, became the hallmark of this new era. These designs offered a level of structural integrity and aesthetic appeal that was previously unattainable. The seamless construction provided a canvas for premium finishes and a more refined user experience. They became the new standard, replacing chunky plastic backs that had long been the norm. The shift away from plastic was a deliberate move towards a more sophisticated and durable product. It signaled a change in priorities, where the feel and appearance of the phone were just as important as its functionality. Apple led the way, never offering a removable battery, setting a precedent for the industry. Their unwavering commitment to a sealed design paved the way for thinner profiles and a more cohesive aesthetic. This decision, while controversial, ultimately influenced the design direction of countless other manufacturers. And the iPhone 4's glass and steel look set a new bar for material quality and construction. It was a statement piece that elevated the smartphone from a mere tool to a desirable object. The use of premium materials became synonymous with quality and innovation. Suddenly, plastic backs seemed cheap, outdated, and undesirable in comparison. The contrast was stark, highlighting the progress made in materials science and manufacturing techniques. Consumers began to associate plastic with lower quality and a less premium experience, and the pressure was on for everyone to upgrade their materials and manufacturing processes to meet the new expectations. The competition intensified as brands raced to deliver devices that not only performed well, but also looked and felt luxurious. This arms race of materials and design pushed the industry forward at an unprecedented pace. But unibody construction made removable batteries impossible, a trade-off that would have significant implications for users. The sealed design meant that users could no longer easily replace a worn-out battery or carry a spare for extended use. No more seams, clips, or flexible panels that allowed access to the battery compartment. The era of user-replaceable components was coming to an end, replaced by a more integrated and streamlined design philosophy. Sealing the battery allowed for thinner phones and stronger frames, creating a more robust and aesthetically pleasing device. The internal components could be arranged more efficiently, maximizing space and minimizing bulk, with every component packed tightly inside like a meticulously arranged puzzle. This dense integration required advanced engineering and manufacturing techniques, pushing the limits of what was possible. Samsung's Galaxy S6 marked a turning point in their design language, a pivotal moment for the company. It ditched the removable back for a sleek glass and metal build, embracing the unibody design trend. This was a significant departure from their previous designs and a clear indication of their commitment to competing in the premium smartphone market, signaling the end of an era for removable batteries in mainstream smartphones. The shift was undeniable, and the industry followed suit, solidifying the unibody design as the new standard. The market's desire for elegance and rigidity won out over practicality and user customization. Consumers were willing to sacrifice the convenience of a removable battery for a more refined and aesthetically pleasing device. The modular user-friendly phone was replaced by a seamless, premium object that prioritized form over function in some respects. The focus shifted from user repairability and customization to a more integrated and polished experience. The shift was clear: design now trumped convenience, at least in the eyes of many manufacturers and consumers. The pursuit of thinner, sleeker devices had come at the cost of user-replaceable batteries and other modular components, and the rest of the industry followed, adopting similar design principles and materials. The trend towards unibody construction and premium materials became ubiquitous, shaping the look and feel of modern smartphones. The age of the swappable battery was fading fast, becoming a distant memory for most smartphone users. The convenience of carrying a spare battery was replaced by the sleekness and perceived quality of a sealed, unibody design. As phones got sleeker, another feature became a must: water resistance. Surviving spills and drops in water became a huge selling point, but achieving it is nearly impossible with a removable back. Every seam and port must be sealed with gaskets and adhesives, something a snap-on cover can't guarantee. The Galaxy S5 tried to combine water resistance with a removable back, but it required a delicate gasket that was easy to damage. It was a compromise that didn't last. True, reliable water resistance demanded a sealed device. Once Apple and Samsung made IP rating standard, consumers expected it. The peace of mind from water resistance outweighed the convenience of swapping batteries for most people. Manufacturers had to choose swappable power or waterproofing. The market chose water resistance. Sealing the battery wasn't just about looks or water resistance, it also let manufacturers fit bigger batteries into slimmer phones. Removable batteries need thick plastic shells and connectors, wasting precious space. Sealed batteries can be soft, custom-shaped pouches that fill every nook inside the phone. This means more capacity, often 10 to 15% more without making the phone bigger. As screens and processors demanded more power, this extra capacity became crucial. The focus shifted from swapping batteries to lasting all day on a single charge. Fast charging tech further reduced the need for spares. Half a charge in 30 minutes became the new standard. The industry moved from swap and go to charge fast, last longer. For most users, longer battery life and quick top-ups beat carrying a spare. The goalposts had moved. Sealed, unibody designs made phones more rigid and less prone to flexing, protecting internal components. But the shift to glass and metal brought new fragility. Now, a drop could shatter both front and back. Repairing cracked glass is expensive and difficult. The battery's lifespan became tied to the phone's. When it degrades, so does the device. Replacing a sealed battery is no longer a quick DIY fix. It's a complex, costly repair. Most users just upgrade instead. A single consumable part now dictates the phone's useful life. The result? Phones are more disposable than ever. Durability improved in some ways, but long-term serviceability took a hit. The trade-off is clear: beauty and strength, but less control. Sealed batteries make business sense, but they're not just about planned obsolescence. Consumers wanted sleeker, water-resistant phones, and manufacturers delivered. Still, sealed batteries create new revenue streams, official repairs, and faster upgrade cycles. Companies argue it's about safety and quality, but the shorter lifespan is a convenient side effect. Most buyers prefer the benefits of modern design over the ability to swap batteries. The enthusiast community may mourn the loss, but the mass market has spoken. The sealed unibody is here to stay. The loss of removable batteries sparked years of debate among users. For many, it felt like losing control and a key part of what made phones personal and repairable. Swappable batteries were simple, empowering, and nostalgic, especially for Android fans. But over time, frustration gave way to acceptance. Most users adapted, relying on power banks and fast charging instead. Today, calls for removable batteries are mostly about sustainability and the right to repair. New regulations, especially in Europe, are pushing for easier battery replacements, even in sealed phones. The pop-off back may be gone, but the conversation about longevity and repairability isn't over. Users are still shaping the future of phone design. So, why can't you swap your phone's battery anymore? It's a mix of design trends, tech advances, and business goals. Sleek unibody designs and water resistance made removable backs obsolete. Sealed batteries allow for bigger, custom-shaped cells and more durable frames, but we lost easy repairability and gained a faster upgrade cycle. The modern smartphone is a beautiful, powerful, but ultimately disposable appliance. The era of the swappable battery is over. We traded control for convenience and aesthetics. Was it worth it? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more tech deep dives.